Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the ENN podcast. I'm professional wrestler Chris Wild. This is bar 4133, and no, there's no special intro for this video, no theme music. There's going to be no added graphics or funny videos because, quite frankly, after this past Monday's performance, the Philadelphia Eagles don't deserve any of that. And I, like many other Eagle fans, have not been able to stomach what happened Monday. Until now, being Saturday, just days later, honestly, I don't even want to talk about this team right now. And that's the way that I felt after Monday because it was absolutely one of the biggest debacles I've ever seen as an Eagles fan. I can't even really call it a game. It was more like batting practice for the Dallas Cowboys. And with that being said, I want to first off congratulate the Dallas Cowboys and their fans. I mean, that game was so lopsided. It was so one-sided. It was such an ass-whooping that Cowboy fans didn't even have to pay attention during the game. I mean, they could have checked up on some of their other teams, like the New York Yankees, see how their playoff push is becoming, or see what the LA Lakers might do this year. I mean, there was no worries from start to finish. And let's go ahead and get right into it. There was a lot of things that pissed me off about that game, but right off the top of my head, all week long, Nick Sirianni with the Beat Dallas shirts, with the I'm showing the team in the team meetings clips from this great rivalry and how it's important to the city. The pandering, the pandering, the pandering. Look, I could respect it if it worked, but it didn't work. And now we look absolutely foolish. Was it more of a distraction than anything? I'm not sure. But yeah, that pissed me off. And then just going into the game, look, the defense was bad. Now, I know the defense was on the field for a lot of the game, most of the game. But that first drive, Dallas ran through the Philadelphia Eagles like a hot knife through butter with no resistance whatsoever. They were just terrible. The linebackers, it's funny because I put over the linebackers last week talking about, hey, the linebackers are better than last year. And they were absolutely putrid, horrid for that game. Tony Pollard, Zeke Elliott just completely wrecked these linebackers here. It was just an all-around bad game for the defense. And again, they were tired. They were gassed. At times, Fletcher Cox was taking plays off. Javon Hargrave, who was the best guy on that defensive line, even had to take plays off at times. And Derek Barnett. Can we just get Derek Barnett off the team? Every week, he is costing this team with penalties. He's doing more harm than good. And why Josh Sweat isn't out there more than him, I have no idea. Jonathan Gannon had a horrible game plan for this Dallas Cowboy offense, which, look, yes, it was an ass open, 41-21. It wasn't even that close. But the Cowboys are not as good as the Eagles made them out to be. I mean, this is a team that quite frankly, they were missing three of their starters on the defensive line. They were missing cornerbacks and safeties and linebackers. I mean, Amari Cooper was playing at 75% with bruised ribs. It was, again, horrible defense, horrible game plan. They came in looking like they weren't ready to play a football game. And now let's talk about this Nick Sirianni offense that in Atlanta was really, really good and brought a lot of promise. I mean, we saw a little bit of everything in Atlanta, right? Running, throwing, running, throwing. Jalen Hurts looked like he could be a top-level starting quarterback. His jersey sales increased by 500%. Then San Francisco happened, and there were some mistakes made. Jalen wasn't as good as he was in Atlanta, and some of the play calling that Philly special in the end zone, made Nick Sirianni look more like an idiot than a genius. But it couldn't possibly be bad for this game, right? I mean, they had to have learned their lesson from the San Francisco 49er game, and they're playing a worse defense because San Francisco has better defense than the Cowboys. Well, Jalen Hurts had the worst game that I have ever seen Jalen Hurts have. It's one of the worst games I've ever seen a quarterback have. But I don't know how much of that I can put on Jalen Hurts. I mean, yes, here we go again with the underthrown balls that are leading into pick sixes. The fact that he bird dogs a receiver, it stares the receiver down until he has to now run away. He's like a one-read quarterback, or at least he was Sunday. I mean, he was just all around bad. The Eagles lost another part of their offensive line, and Isaac Seumalo, that they're now down 3. Here we go again, right, with this. So, again, how much can I put it on Jalen Hurts? I can put a lot of it on Jalen Hurts, but a lot of this, I'm telling you, this whole game goes on Nick Sirianni and his coaching staff. We talked about Jonathan Gannon. Nick Sirianni, how in the hell is it possible in today's NFL, how is it possible that you only give your running backs 3 touches? 3! It's absolutely insane. Miles Sanders, if he's on another football team, Miles Sanders is an absolute stud. Every time he's had the ball this year, he's looked good. The guy is dynamic. Last year, he struggled with injuries and a bad offensive line and a horrible quarterback. This year, it's kind of trending that way now. I don't understand why you would not put the ball in his hands when, again, the Cowboys are missing 3 of their defensive starters on the line. Every time that Miles Sanders had the ball in that game, he did something with it. Kenny Gainwell, you like this rookie. You give him the ball once. Boston Scott is a memory. Jordan Howard isn't even activated. It's absolutely, it's just, if I'm Miles Sanders, I mean, if the season keeps on going this way, this kid needs to ask out. I mean, it's just incredible to me that, and this is before the game got away from them, that they're running the football was not in the game plan. Now, in Indianapolis had a run-based offense. So we thought Nick was going to bring that here, and even in week 1, it looked like that might be the case. No, this does not look like Indianapolis's offense from 2019. This does not look like an NFL offense at all. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. Look, I love Zach Ertz to death. One of my favorite Eagles ever. Dallas Goedert has got to be on the field more than Zach Ertz. He just has to be. Jalen Reagor is not as good as Quez Watkins. He's just not. I understand he was a first-round pick. I'm not saying he's a bust. I'm not saying that he's a trash player. I'm not saying that he's not going to be a good wide receiver. But Quez Watkins is better. Every time the ball gets thrown Quez Watkins' way, he makes something happen. He catches the football. He's faster. He's better. He needs to be on the field more than Jalen Reagor. And I know they move these guys around so much. That's hard to really even put into perspective. But it just has to happen. They have to find ways to get Devontae Smith the ball. Something has got to change, and in Dallas it was just, again, one of the worst Eagle games I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of bad games, but it was bad. I mean, it was like it was like a nightmare. It was like an absolute nightmare. I mean, the Cowboys could have, it was like playing Madden on as the Eagles on like extremely hard. Like, it was insane how just inept everything they did was. And, Jalen Hurts after the game says, well, it's when you take a douche, you don't look at it, you flush it. Sometimes you just got to make sure you're healthy and you got to take a look, Jalen. You might want to look at that a little bit more. I wouldn't completely forget about this game because you got the Kansas City Chiefs coming up that have been in the last 2 Super Bowls, won one of them, and are kind of pissed off because they just lost the last 2 of their games. And, oh, by the way, we haven't beaten Andy Reid since he left the team. It's going to be a struggle. The Eagles, I don't expect them to win by a miracle. Would have to happen. Half the Chiefs would have to get locked away in the airport for the Eagles to come away winning this game after what I saw Monday. But what I do want to see in this game is just look like a football team. Try to hang in there. Don't get blown out. And if you get blown out, at least, let it get blown out because Tyreek Hill is too fast, or Patrick Mahomes is making crazy magician-style plays. But don't get blown out because of these horrible penalties, because the Eagles are the most penalized team in the league and maybe the most penalized team in the last 15 years. By the way, talking about statistics, that rushing statistic I gave where the running backs only had 3 carries, that is the least by any running back duo in the last 20 years. That is extremely hard to do. Congratulations, Nick Sirianni. You did it Monday. Absolutely awesome. You pull that shit on Sunday, Andy Reid is going to make you pay even worse than he already is. With that being said, and I'm still going to do a preview video for the Kansas City Chiefs game tomorrow, even though I think I probably pretty much covered it all right there. With that being said, yeah, I'm a little bit angry. It still stings. And it is only week 3, a lot of season left, but that was just absolutely horrible. And to make it worse, it was the stinking Cowboys. I don't care how many times this team beats the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't care by what margin. Dallas still sucks. Again, as an organization, as a football team, just everything about them sucks. They still suck. So all the Cowboy fans can leave all the hate in the comments as they did in my preview video. Again, they can watch their other teams a little bit better now that they got that Eagle win out of the way. I'm talking the Yankees and the Lakers. With that being said, guys, I'm done with this game. I'm done talking about it. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Go Birds. I'll see you later.